Good afternoon. I'm William Lamb. I'm the Chief Technical Officer and a partner for Newgen Resource Lending. When we look at Rambler and you look at the history of the company itself, it's one of those where they've had one or two stumbling blocks along the way. But the reason why we originally decided to put a loan facility together for Rambler is because the quality of the resource is unlike any that I've seen in a lot of due diligence. If you look at the exploration potential, the results which they get on a regular basis, it's this ongoing discovery of additional resources which they've never actually seen from any exploration which was drilled from surface. And I think you have to understand the history of where the company comes from. When they originally started production, 2010 to 2012 is when a lot of the work was put in place to start to process material. It was done based on a very, very small resource and only a 5-year life of mine. And when they got underground, they started to identify not just 1, 2, but an additional 4 lenses, which were not discovered from surface. And as they've continued to do development underground, there's just been this significant increase in the volume of ore, but not just the volume, also the grades which they are seeing. Exploration work which they've done over the last even 3 months has identified additional mineralization where gold grades could be higher than 2 grams per ton and copper grades in excess of 10% copper, specifically in the massive sulfide material. And there are 3 massive sulfide zones which they've mined historically, but these continue on at depth and well below 1,000 meters. They've just seen the continuation of very, very high mineralization. And there's a exploration press release which they put out in 2018, which spoke to just incredible grades of 12% copper and 2.5 grams per ton gold. And that's the key. So what they have been doing over the past 12 months is they've put a new management team in place. They've actually dedicated resources for both development and ongoing exploration, which then allows them to move ahead of the 8 ball. And that's probably been one of the keys where they haven't been able to achieve the success that the mine should actually be able to deliver, is because they haven't had the money to get the development in, to make multiple faces open, and it just gives them that level of contingency to manage anything that comes along, where they have a low grade area, they've got other areas where they can go and mine. And that's the reason why we've put the debt facility in place, is to give them not just a capital holiday of 12 months, but also the ability to get the mining ahead of the processing. What we're seeing now and what has happened over the last quarter is a significant improvement in both the ore delivered to surface as well as the processing capacity, where on average now they're running double the throughput through the mill. And I'm always a huge fan of understanding where the money gets generated, and that's obviously at the mill. So they've doubled the throughput over the last quarter compared to the average throughput that the mill saw through the entire 2021 financial year. And that's now been coupled by even better delivery of ore from underground. So what we are seeing is an improvement across the board in terms of the development, in terms of the ore delivery, in terms of the grade profile, which they're getting both in terms of copper and gold from underground. And then, of course, what the process plant is actually able to deliver. And it is very encouraging to see how management is working to change the culture on site to one which is more focused on understanding where the value drivers come from and that cost to revenue balance, to ensure that they continue to be profitable moving forward.